There we go. All right. Mic check. Mic check. Okay. You back. You back. We back. We back. We back. We back. Forgive me if I sound groggy. Been a hectic week. Maybe a few weeks, but I don't know that. Okay. So let's go. Turn on my phone. I'm gonna leave that. All right. Woo! What's poppin', y'all? Hold on, let me one sec. Okay, this is Dissecting Dialogue. I am Eric T. Y'all should know me. This is episode 107. Ooh, I did a lot. That's crazy. Like, I was like looking back on like some of my older stuff, and I'm just realizing like, when you do something for the first time, you look back on it from where you're at now, and then you realize like, oh my gosh, I kind of improved from wow. Because I remember when I first tried this, my laptop was crappy. Like I didn't even know what to say. I was confused. I was trying too hard because I thought I had to say the right things or how should I talk? What voice should I do? I was trying to do different voices. But I mean, here we are. It's a growing process, growing pains, but it's all for the better. But good stuff to talk about, good things to discuss, good things to dissect. Let's start with the nitty gritty now. For those that are familiar in the Houston area, turn this down real quick. Just wanted to send condolences to B King. He was definitely a legend in the club scene. Even coming from a guy that never really went to like that scene, I understand how impactful he was as far as like with the party scene, colleges, just straight up fun music. Almost kind of like millennials, Gen Zs. I heard someone say like he was it millennial or Gen Z? That generation's version of like Uncle Luke. So he was definitely an impact, and he could really rap. I think people get him confused because they think he was a party guy. He actually could spit, and that's what I like. Dudes that know they can, get busy if they want to, but they kind of, found a lane and kind of stuck with it. But not necessarily, I don't want to call it selling out your beliefs or whatever. But if you can still, in a way, still love the craft, but then still be true to what you do, but still cater to your fans, then that's still something in my book. But, you know, condolences to his kids. I know he has two daughters, but, to the youth. I don't know who's going to go to the thing. I don't think I will. Uh, Probably might take a vacay. As y'all can see, I'm prepping for my vacay. I got my y'all probably can't see it because the shoulders. I thought I adjusted this laptop. Make sure y'all can see it. Let me adjust it real quick. Yeah, got the flowers on. Yes, I got on pink. It's nothing wrong for a man wearing pink. Who's gonna fight me anyway? Uh, so like I said, a lot of stuff to discuss. But yeah, again, another legend. Also, another it sucks to have to say another rapper or another person was killed, but unfortunately, this is the climate that we're in where stuff like this is considered a normal thing. But what was his name? It was like, um, I gotta, you know me. These rappers with these names. So yeah, I believe his name was Abdul Vix, YBC Dole. I believe he was killed around these numbers, man. What was it? 3:34? What time was it? Was it 3:30? I'm guessing it was 3:34 a.m. or something. No, p.m. Excuse me. It's always the numbers, man. Like always see those numbers. 3:34 p.m. It was 25. Philly rapper. Don't know him, but I don't know. I think I could be wrong, but I know he was. It's always those rappers that do like crazy stuff. Like I don't know, they desecrate a children's hospital or they pissed on someone's grave, set a dog on fire. There's always those ones that when they die, all of a sudden people all of a sudden just want to have a shock reaction. Now, I never met dude like that, but I don't know. A death like that where somebody, it's kind of like, when certain rappers die and they almost like the body almost looks unrecognizable. You probably had to have done something to these people to make them do that to you, because no one's just gonna annihilate your body with bullets just because they didn't like you. A lot of people are not gonna like you. I seriously doubt they're gonna turn your body into Swiss cheese. So I don't know what his activities were in the streets of Philly, but I know to some effect, I know he. I don't want to say he deserved to get that type of death, but come on. I mean, it's kind of, now I'm name dropping dead rappers now. Like when I hear about the deaths of like Soldier Slim and like who was it, Big L, and how their deaths seem like someone just like ridded their body with bullets. I'm not saying that they're not innocent, but no one's, like I said, no one's just gonna do that just because. And I find it funny that, I don't know, like back a long time ago, a lot of deaths that occurred in the music industry were really rockers. Usually be drugs, usually be, uh, excuse me, maybe some of them would have been murder or murder suicides, some drug overdoses, something like that. Usually it would be the rockers that died early or like died a crazy death. Now all of a sudden it's rappers and people that look like this, brown skin. It's always the ones that look like, the ones that people that look like me. Let's just say that all the time. And it's weird because, and I looked this up too. I think they said 51% of murders of like all well, I flip my words. I do this sometimes. 51% of deaths in the hip hop community, as far as rappers, were homicides. So, just for those that remember, I don't know, basic education, that's basically literally you get two rappers that come out, right? One of their ass is gonna die, and that's not scary to nobody. Nobody think that's weird that happens, but you know what can you say? Because it's like we always want to. I think as people, we want to show out for other people to accept us, but it's a catch-22 because we don't even accept ourselves. So how the hell do we expect other people to respect us? Like I was saying this to somebody because us as a people, and of course I'm being biased because of my race. If you want to say black, indigenous, whatever, I'll just say who I apparently identify with according to society's eyes. Historically, we've always were creative. It's proven. We've always been innovative. That's proven. We've always been nonconformists. That's proven. Rebels, and just all around just badass individuals. Like we set the trend for everything that goes on, and not just American culture, just popular culture in general. Whether directly or indirectly, we always was able to move the needle and change the tone of the record. We always been those type of people. I think I was saying this to somebody. I was saying we're so advanced that we're stupid. And before people get offended, let me break it down. We're so advanced that we're stupid is because, like I mentioned before, people don't know how many stuff we invented, how much stuff we created, how much stuff we, you know, laid the foundations on. But we're so quick to just come up with new things that we don't know how to cherish the old things. That's why most, quote unquote, black women and in America, it's not a coincidence that we're what, a $9 billion industry, but we're the poorest in the community. The dollar lasts 6 hours in our community, as opposed to any other race that lasts like, days. 6 hours. Well, I remember seeing that and I was like, but who could be the problem? I mean, could you really count racism? Can you really count prejudice? Can you really count all these things? You can make that claim, but I mean, the whole civil rights marching for, I mean, that whole movement is dead now. Now we don't have a reason to try to make an excuse now. Now the responsibility is ourselves. Sorry to say that. I know we're supposed to always be in victim mode 24/7 and we can't what you call it, find a reason to try to make up just try to make up anything just because we want to complain and cry wolf and all these things, but we got to take accountability for some of the stuff we do and some of the things we say. What you gonna say? It's because of Trump that we are the dollar last 6 hours in our community. And I think I saw on something else too. Why is it that? And this is the main topic of our. So I'm just rambling. Yeah, I'm getting everything out because it's really on my heart right now. But it was really funny because you see these guys like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. You see these guys and how they, whether they got help or not, able to build themselves up, become powerful individuals, right? But someone that looks like me, that's right now that could make the next big thing, can't do it because he got more imbeciles in his own neighborhood telling him to be a basketball player when he's 5'7" and 130 pounds. But because he can't dribble a ball or he can't rap or he doesn't know how to, you know, be hood and talk like this and do that. The everyone all of a sudden has an accent. All of a sudden, it's like weird. Like when you're a kid, you never really had an accent, but then all of a sudden everybody tries to talk like who they hear talk. Which I get it. You hear people talk, but I could say as far as me growing up, with a slight little bit of accent, maybe when I'm riled up or like when I'm really excited or really frustrated. My voice never really changed. But it's funny because people in our own community want you to be this archetype that they never, they're kind of forced to be. It's like if you show any interest in anything that's not considered black, you're like whitewashed or anything like this. If you listen to a different type of music, you're whitewashed. If you wear a different type of clothes, you're whitewashed. You're trying to be white or emulate this. But why is it that we have to, our only expression of being our race has to be the lowest of the low? You know that no other race I don't think ever does that but us. And this is the main question. I'm rambling, but why do we put ourselves in a box? Why do we box ourselves in? Why do we keep ourselves in like this format? Trump hands. Why do we keep ourselves in this format to where we have to be one type of person? And it's only us. I never, to this day, I never quite understand it because I don't see no other race. I mean, you may have, your white, Caucasian that want to say to this person, "Oh, you're trying to be." You get that too. You get that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna front and say you don't get that. You get that too from someone. So like, "Oh, you're trying to be like them. You're trying to be like the blacks. You're trying to talk like that." You get that too. Don't get me wrong. You get that too. I think it's, from my experience, it's worse because not just everybody else. Well, your own people, but everybody else as well. So it's almost like you got your own race trying to tell you how to act. Then you got people that's not even your race telling you how to act your race. It doesn't make any sense. It's like I've never seen this before. I've never. Well, I've experienced. I lie. I experienced it growing up. Like how I'm talking right now. I don't necessarily have an accent, but I grew up in Houston, Texas. My parents are from Louisiana. They have accents as well. My dad kind of mixture of Louisiana and Texas because his mom and dad are from Texas. But then my mom has straight up, she's from Carricker, which is like a part of Lafayette for those that know. And like when she's in her element, I hear it. And then her mom, her mom was mom, and I'm not just making this up just because I want to be this. My great grandmother was actually Atacapa Indian. Yes, I got Native in my blood. But finding out their roots, I found out she didn't even speak English. I think she spoke like French and like a little bit of Creole. My grandmother called my mom, same thing. Then somehow, I don't know, I got to talk to my mom about that. But it skipped her side, and then here I am. But I say that because even like when it comes to different languages, why are we, not how come we don't have like the right to try to speak differently, even if we didn't grow up speaking that language? Why can't we try to learn a language? Why everybody thinks that we're not supposed to learn anything but just dribble a ball, rap, and sell dope? And I think that's became the archetype of most, especially men, because we're supposed to be the ones that are the leaders of our community. I know women, they have their own stereotypes. I'm not putting them on the wayside, but when we're speaking to the men, I think the men, I honestly think, BIPOC, like indigenous, whatever you want to call us, I honestly think whether there's some, bad ones, whatever, I know there's always a bad flaw, but I think us in general as men, society doesn't like us. We can be I mean, from the good, clean shoe, clean cut dude from the side, clean cut brother. Let's be honest, that one to the straight up thug. No matter what, society doesn't like us. I don't know what. I don't know what it is. I probably do know because it could be a mixture of just jealousy mixed with admiration. Could be a mixture of all things. People wishing they would mirror. Words of Paul Mooney, black man is the most copied man on the planet, and I believe it because I've experienced it in real time. I've experienced the same people admiring the same black women. It's almost like that one scene in Do the Right Thing when Spike Lee's character was talking to John Turturro's character, and he was saying like how you know you say with niggas, but all your favorite people are niggas you talking about, but then they want to say they're not. He wants to say they're not, but it's different. I've experienced that, and it's still one of my favorite movies ever. But I've experienced that in real time. I experienced the same, Hispanics, whites, Asians wear the clothes, talk the talk, and try to do, but don't do that shit around their parents. Thought you wanted to be cool. Thought you wanted to be down. So when I hear sometimes, for example, nothing against them, these Nigerians, these guys doing Afro beats. They want to come and infiltrate. As I say, all skinfolk and kinfolk want to infiltrate and try to tell us we don't have a culture. What they got on? They wearing baggy clothes. They wear Timberlands. Somewhere in do rags. Probably ain't never seen a do rag till they got off the boat. Let me stop talking shit. But yeah, because I remember an old interview with Akon. Mind y'all, Akon was actually born on American soil. But I think because he spent some time over there in Senegal, wherever he's from, then he tried to come back and like when he was in Jersey or whatever, Y'all remember how Akon was? He was promoting the low frequency Black American man aesthetic, the the thug jailbird type dude. But we don't have no stage presence. Whatever you said, we don't have no stage presence. It kind of rubbed me the one because I actually think Akon was dope when growing up listening to him. So it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But these guys just make art, whatever. Don't kind of like to separate the art from the artist is like, yeah, I get that, but it's just kind of contradicting because you were born on American soil and you spent time here. You was allegedly doing some things out here, but all of a sudden you want to turn your back because you think you I don't know something about he doing Wakanda or something, trying to build like his own Wakanda. I'm like I don't know. I don't know. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I get it. Represent your roots. I mean, I get it. Represent who you are. Represent your roots. But don't try to shit on the people that run you out. That's the problem with a lot of these. This is when it gets a little dicey. That's the problem with a lot of these non BIPOCs, these non Black Indigenous artists that try to infiltrate as well. You know, they start when they started out. When they started out doing what they were doing, they wasn't really getting a buzz. They wasn't really having a fan base. Blah blah blah. But then they tried to figure out some stuff. See, try to use some one trick ponies stuff. Seeing if they can get a certain audience to like them. Then once they get built up by that certain audience, they take that. Then they go to the others. I mean, I can go down the list from Pink, MGK, Post Malone, Kid Rock. Shoot, who else? Who else? I can name. I'm running out of names, but it's a flock of them. It was a flock of them that was kind of doing that. That was bobbing on. I mean, shoot, Robin Thicke. I say Robin Thicke. You know, I mean, I don't want to say Gwen Stefani. Well, no, actually, I can add her on there. I got Miley Cyrus. I can add them on there. But yeah, Gwen Stefani, yeah, because she was she was doing ska punk, and then when she went solo, she started adding more hip hop stuff to her music. Then I guess she kind of went ghost. But it just sucks that even in different genres, like why nobody talk about Khalees being like kind of being one of the first because Khalees, she wasn't really doing R&B music when she came. Like Milkshake isn't an R&B song per se. She wasn't. She was doing like a lot of alternative stuff, but because of how she looks, it's not considered alternative. That's why you see these award shows and all these artists they ain't really making that type of music. It's just thrown in there because it's considered urban, so they're black, so just throw them out there, give them something. Because Beyonce ain't been doing R&B for like 10 years, but they're still throwing her in R&B categories. I bet you they're gonna try to throw that album in as super urban or like colossal urban, the progressive urban. They make up all these words, progressive urban. Like no, they try to put the week same thing to the weekend. When the last time the weekend made like a true or real R&B record? Last time or like I don't know, just a lot of artists. It's like SZA, she does R&B, but I wouldn't consider her R&B artist. No, I wouldn't consider her R&B. But they put them in the box because of who they are. They don't think that we're supposed to. I mean, they always. I mean, when Whitney Houston even was going to the mainstream, people were saying she was a sellout because she went mainstream. But anybody else would have did it. It would have been fine. I think. And let's get to these final thoughts. we can never progress until we realize we're our own worst enemy. I believe so. I think that we can never grow, we can never mature, we can never flourish if we stop thinking that we're, you know, competing against one another. And it's not just, me saying it, and this is why, and I don't like when people in my considered race downplays or says some stuff to other people of other races because they take that in and then they go tell everybody else and they think it's okay to kind of be blatantly disrespectful or whatever, whatever. That's kind of like how stereotypes and prejudices are developed. You get an infiltrator from some race, they start talking mess, that person listens, and then they go tell their people, and then boom. Like I hear like too many stories about like these mixed couples where, in most cases, the man's usually black, woman's usually like I don't know Hispanic, white, or something. Or they have a kid and then they have cousins. Then that cousin that's a little darker gets a harsher treatment. Not even because if they're doing wrong, just because. So they get like the harsh black experience even when they're like 2, 3 years old. I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to work. It's not supposed to be like that. But no, a lot of people just that's another thing too. A lot of people put that box into kids too. Anything something goes missing in the classroom, they're gonna look to the few black kids that's in the class, already programming them to the not even they're not even thieves, just programming them to be thieves. So like a lot of times people don't even do stuff just because that's in their nature. They get programmed to do it because of what people think they're supposed to do. If people think that you're supposed to be a criminal, you're probably going to end up being a criminal. If people think all you're going to do is just be an athlete and you don't have intelligence, that's what you're going to think. That's why most dudes, when they don't go to school or like they don't make it, with the sports, football, basketball, they think, oh, I don't really have nothing to live for. Because people are programming them to be ball players instead of the next builders or the next educators or the next teachers. They just want them to be just, you know, thoroughbreds. Just, fill them up with whatever drugs or get them riled up, give them all the money. They're going to blow it anyway. You know, kind of like essentially like life insurance policy, basically. Basically putting a life insurance policy on them. That's why I never got hooked up to the athlete lifestyle. I wouldn't mind. Like I said, I'm still trying to. I need by the end of the year, I need to get me a sport to play for sure. I need to give me like something to play because I need that. Just got my physical, so. But yeah. Oh, speaking of that, and before I leave out here, y'all, please be mindful, especially as black men. Please be mindful of your health. It is imperative to go to be out. Youth doesn't matter if you can't even get up and your spine starts breaking. You be like that one dude on the very Zoom, like, oh, my spine. You're going to be like that. So please check on your health, physical and mental. But the physical for sure. Women, all my women too. Please be imperative to be mindful of your health. It is serious out here. They don't care how the food quality is. They don't care about the water supply. They just want y'all to be drunk and high as hell and just go dumb. That's the plan. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. And other than that, as y'all can see, I got the chair. I'm trying to people back in school. I need me. I ain't take a retreat. Me and my girl, we ain't took a retreat in a minute. I need to get cut. I need to get lined up. I need to get freshened up. I don't know what I want to get though. I'm surprised y'all the next time y'all gonna notice it different, but yeah, gotta switch it up for the summer. But other than that, I think that's all I gotta say. Let me know what y'all think. Are we put in the box? Do we put ourselves in the box? Let me know what you think. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, y'all can like, comment, subscribe. Uh, X, IG, have the TikTok going, Apple, all that. So let me know what you think. And if y'all appreciate y'all for tuning in, then till next time, I'm gone. Peace.